And Sanji goes down, breaks the rock.
Breaks the rock, which leads us to... Ya boy! Versus Arlong. Alright, so we got Luffy versus Arlong.
Why does each crew member have A? Are they just saying, like, hey?
This is, I actually meant to point it out. This was a...
That's like the Avengers A.
It's a person on DeviantArt.
We need to give credit.
Yi Chan. I don't know. Oliver, I assume it's a girl, uses this A here. So I did reach out, ask if I could use them for this podcast. I never received a response, so I just kept them in there. If it becomes a legal issue, I'll take the episode down. Yi Chan, thanks in the meantime. I assume it's fine. So, I don't know. It's cool. It's whatever.
All right.
It's free publicity. Yi Chan, shout out. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway, so...
What, you scared? You scared of Yi Chan?
I feel bad.
Well, you shouldn't. I mean, I'm recognizing her. I think that's the more important thing. That's why I kept the A in there, because I easily could have, like, erased it. But I'm glad that you brought it up, because I wasn't even thinking. I kept it in there so that I would remember to bring her up and give her the shout out. So
Okay.
Yeah, Yi Chan on DeviantArt there. She's got a bunch of chibi One Piece characters, and they're all fucking
They've all been really cute so far.
I love them so much.
Anyway, so talking about the fight.
Yeah. One last thing though, since we're here, this is the panel of Zoro's wounds in the manga.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
Isn't that fucked up? He's basically cut in half. He's got stitches that have just reopened. I was like, damn.
Yeah, Jesus.
So that's the damage that Mihawk did to Zoro. And before we jump into the Luffy fight, I just want to point out that I love that the wounds for Mihawk are still here and still causing an effect. And I love what they did to Zoro. I feel like this arc was so good and so telling of how strong Zoro is. Because, one, he's been wounded the entire time. That has been acknowledged and brought up, and it has hindered him repeatedly. And yet he continues to fight, even though he's knocking on death's door. And he continues to win, for the most part. I mean, he can't beat Arlong here, but he beat Hachi with his after his wounds reopened. And he also earlier beat the crap out of, like, a 20 fishmen, or whatever the hell it was, with ease. So we get this picture that Zoro is this super, obviously very powerful dude. And I feel like we don't really see it up until this point. We see him do some cool stuff, like against the cat pirates, sure. But like it doesn't really get how strong he is until you get these fishmen who are superhuman and he's beating the crap out of them with ease. And then contrasting that against the battle with Mihawk, I love that they did it in reverse. I love that they had Mihawk come first to give him the wounds, to make him weaker, to showcase how powerful he is. Because then, even furthermore, it shows that he fought Mihawk at full power and stood no chance. Mihawk beat him with a tiny little, like, butter knife. So, like, it's just expanding, even in this arc, as to how powerful, like, these people in the Grand Line can be. And I love that. I love that contrast so much. I think it's great storytelling, and I think it's a really cool way of doing it, kind of in this, like, reverse order.
Yeah, I really have been enjoying Zoro's story so far.
I love Zoro. I absolutely love Zoro. God damn it.
Back to this.
It's fine. So, we get to the Luffy-Arlong fight. Which was your least favorite?
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you give a quick rundown.
Well, it starts with Sanji releasing Luffy from the rock.
Yep.
And then he immediately says, "You're the one who made this complicated in the first place." I just really that line resonated with me. I wanted to point it out.
See, but that's the great thing about this is that the characters
I
all
don't think
agree
it's
with
great.
you. It's great, isn't it?
No.
It's
They all realize he's a piece of shit.
No, they don't realize he's a piece of shit. They just realize he's stupid. That's his biggest flaw. But like, if he like, would it not be so much worse if they just pretended like Luffy was this great guy, and like ignored the fact that he's doing all this stupid shit? Like it gets acknowledged and brought up, and it's clearly a part of his character. And you gotta at least like respect that piece of it.
So Arlong does say right before they start throwing fists.
Yes, he does.
How does your crew feel tolerating this idiocy?
Yes.
I bet they're sick of it.
And you're in a shark costume. And that's so good. I read that line and immediately, I don't know. I knew you were going to bring it up. And
it speaks to my soul.
I mean, I think it just speaks to Oda that he knows exactly what he's doing. Even though you hate it. Maybe he wants you to hate it. You ever think about that?
If he wants me to hate it, it's working. Because I hate it.
He might.
Am I just supposed to hate the hero of the story throughout the whole thing?
Maybe that's the point.
That sucks.
Hey, the crew's cool.
Yeah, let's get rid of Luffy. Just follow the crew.
But but again, as we stressed last time, Nami wouldn't even be here if Luffy wasn't here. Nami would be gone, and you said might be your favorite right now because of what she did this arc. She wouldn't even be here, man, if it wasn't for Luffy.
Meh. Meh.
You'd accept the Zoro Sanji Usopp spinoff?
Yeah, I would.
I don't even think. I think the whole crew wouldn't even be here if they wouldn't be. I mean, Luffy recruited them.
I mean, you can replace Luffy with a competent person, or just get rid of Luffy right now.
If you got
if
right
Luffy
now,
just disappeared,
Luffy just dies. They throw him in the water and they go to the Grand Line.
Yep.
They don't even want to.
Or do whatever. They don't have to go to the Grand Line.
They're just gonna keep sailing around the East Blue.
Yeah, I'll watch 900. I'll watch 900 episodes of Crew minus Luffy. I bet they're fun guys.
They've already beaten
they get into
the
shenanigans.
most powerful man to the East Blue.
All right, go to the West Blue. I don't know.
You gotta go over the Grand Line. We already established how the world works.
I don't care what they do. I just want Luffy gone.
Well, you're not gonna get that wish.
Eventually, Luffy and him, Arlong throw fists for a while. Yep. Arlong's teeth come out. He grows them back. Luffy puts teeth in him.
He starts using them as he like chompers on his hands.
Yeah, so
he's
Luffy
got like
takes
3
some
mouths.
and puts them into his mouth, and now he has some chompers, and he plays with that a little bit.
Yeah,
eventually, they wind up in Nami's room in Arlong Tower.
Yep.
And at this point, Luffy's kind of been, he's been taking some hits. He's gotten bit a couple times, taken some cuts.
Yep.
And Arlong jumps into the room where Luffy is in Nami's room, and he's like, "Time to die." And Luffy says, "What's this room?" And this annoyed me. Arlong then decides to oblige his wish to know what this room is and go into like a 20-minute long explanation of what all he's seeing is.
Classic anime villain.
Yeah. He starts monologuing. Which gives Luffy time to do his edgy, like, look down with hair and become serious for a couple seconds and then win. Which I feel is just so cookie cutter for this show so far.
He doesn't just win, he destroys the room.
He does. He destroys the room.
He destroys the room because it was like Nami's
it represents,
prison, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like, to destroy Nami's prison, you got to destroy her cage. Mm-hmm, and this was her cage. So he does that.
At what point does Luffy not care?
When he decided to take a walk and fall asleep earlier, that's when he didn't care.
When he didn't want to hear the backstory. It doesn't even make sense.
When he didn't want to get involved in all this interesting plot that was going on, that's when he didn't care.
But that's not
moving forward. Arlong says this line I really hated. I thought this was so stupid. Mm-hmm. Nami will forever be my tool, or no, my friend. And that pisses Luffy off.
Arlong says that?
Arlong says that. And that's what really pulls Luffy over the edge.
Wait, what? That definitely didn't happen in the manga. That
That's what he
sounds like a
says.
4 Kids dub situation.
No, that's what he says in the Japanese Japanese version of the anime and the English version of the anime.
Wow.
Yeah, because I remember watching it the first time and reading that line in the subtitles and thinking that's the stupidest line, and then they said it again in the English version.
That's the worst. That's
Yep.
the worst.
And so I think Luffy's response to that was, "No, you can't have her. She's my navigator."
Yes.
And I just think it's like they're going back and forth between her importance being her role, being a navigator, versus her importance being her relationship with the individual, being friends. And like 1 minute, Arlong's saying she's my navigator. The next minute he's saying she's my friend. He's saying she'll never be your navigator. She'll never be your friend. Luffy's like, I don't care. She's my navigator. And then in the next minute, he's like saying, no, Nami will always be my friend. And I think it would be better if Arlong just kept consistency with like, she's my tool, and Luffy being, she is my friend. Because then that, presents that conflict being, Arlong just sees humans as tools to be used and tossed out versus Luffy seeing the value of people being his relationship with them.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, but apparently Oda does. Yeah.
I didn't love this whole scene either. It wasn't my favorite. Even just like them being in this room. I get the the symbolism of it, but like the room had never been brought up before,
right?
And like not once, it was just kind of like this. I get it, but like I feel like it definitely could have been done better.
I don't think it had the emotional impact that it could have had.
I agree.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
So Luffy does like Gum power axe or battle axe or something like that.
Battle axe, yeah.
And brings down the entire tower.
The whole tower comes crashing right down.
Yep, and Arlong dies with it.
And Arlong gets smashed straight into the bottom, dies. The end of
One Piece.
One Piece.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.